Hi, I'm Burt Hoffmann. I'm a longtime member of the Rotary Club of Novato and also been a participant in the noa-ro board for a number of years, off and on for probably 25 years. I've done a number of stints, a couple of terms as president of noa-ro, and noa-ro has always been special to me. I've enjoyed working with the people on the boards. I've enjoyed working with Bob Caro, who's the property manager, and I've enjoyed learning and meeting some of the tenants who we've helped in their lives here at noa-ro. Hi, we're here today at noa-ro 3. I'm with John Stuber and Paul Scheller, and we're going to talk about the origin of noa-ro. When I was originally on the board many years ago, I really wanted to understand what was noa-ro all about, so I could make decisions that were appropriate to the spirit of noa-ro, and I'd have a better understanding what they were thinking about when they originally created noa-ro. So with that being said, John, can you take us back and walk us through the origin of noa-ro and tell us what were you guys thinking about at the beginning, how this all started?
Okay, the idea of noa-ro itself was the genesis of a meeting in Sonoma County, Sonoma State University, actually. It was I believe 1972 when we had a district conference up there. Reuben and I went up together. He was incoming president, and I was the incoming chairman of community development. And we, after listening to the presentations in both of our particular areas of interest, we were sitting down having a cup of coffee afterward and started talking about the challenges of below market rate housing.
I'd love to. He was a great man, and I was very fortunate to be his son and have him as a father. He was a very attentive family man. The roots of the thought process in developing noa-ro, which we're speaking of specifically today, go back to his youth in Minnesota. He grew up in a small town, Walnut Grove, outside Minneapolis. Mm-hmm. His father had a hardware store there, and so he would get up every morning about 4 or 5 o'clock and warm up the house so that his father could get up and go get the chickens. The reason I bring that up is back in Minnesota they would have what was called a barn raising. Mm-hmm. And so the community would get together when one of the farmers wanted to put up a barn, and they'd have a Saturday party and literally raise the barn. They would then share with each other, the labor, the food. It'd become a big party.
You were building a lot of things around town, so you had a lot of experience in that area. What did it take to get noa-ro started?
Reuben and I had worked on some other below market rate, as I mentioned before, so we were pretty well familiar with all the process necessary for federal participation. And that's really what caused us to try to avoid that. We thought we could do it a lot better, a lot less expense, and a better project.
We wanted to encourage it to be like a community, and that worked out in a number of ways. And so we built a community center, had mail. This is kind of on the same model here. The mail, the laundry, a little kitchen, a place for activities that could be changed according to however the community wanted to use it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, anytime you saw somebody out at Unit 1 with a jackhammer, there was a Rotarian on the other end. Uh-huh. And it was every day something was being done. Weekends were always big, a lot of work on weekends.
So how did you keep all these volunteers organized and keep them on track to build something as complicated as an apartment complex?
I'd like to start out that what they did, the Rotarians at that time, for instance, for noa-ro 2 we're talking about now, because I know most about it. John knows more about one than I do. But noa-ro 2, what we did in the mid '83 to late '83, every Rotarian in a club, we had, during that period of time, we had 108 Rotarians at that time. And but every member in the club signed a pledge sheet how many hours they're going to pledge.
noa-ro's rents are so reasonable that you'd have to go 300 miles from here to find something priced like we are able to price them.
We're very grateful to the noa-ro Corporation.
Because I personally knew quite a few people originally that moved in, Novato people.
Yeah.
And these were people that worked hard all their life but didn't make a lot of money. And they lived in houses that were being priced out of. And it was so gratifying to see these people get nice housing and that they could afford. Have to build a lot more of them.
I don't think I'll ever get over this attitude. This I love every minute I'm here, and I thank the Lord. I said, "Thank you, dear Jesus, for this day. This is the day the Lord hath made. We will be glad and rejoice in it." And I'm glad I'm here.